Welcome to Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma. Now the moon is full in Pisces and Mercury goes retrograde in Libra on Saturday the 10th of September. So I thought rather than let the messages get lost in astrological translation, it'd be better if we sat cross-legged in my room with a candle in our jammies and I gave you a good old-fashioned tarot reading instead. Let's drop into our intuition. Let's explore dreamland together and let's get Pisces. Let's get psychic. If you'd like to support the work, you can always head over to buymeacoffee.com/UmaRuby and put some money in the tip jar. But other than that, relax and let's see what happens. Hello, Sagittarius. The time has come for your stay at the Hermitage to end. You've needed this time away to seclude yourself from other people's energy, to make some big decisions, and some big questions have needed answers, and only you've been able to have them. Little input from the outside can sometimes be really beneficial when we're trying to get to the root of something and to really go inward and to figure out on a soul level what it is that we require. In this reading, I feel that that's coming to an end for you. I feel that there's some anxiety and some difficult moments that you've been battling with in the brain that have really cropped up to seemingly surround you, but you've had the strength to realize that they're not surrounding you, and you've figured out the escape route. And I think in Spirit's really proud of you in a lot of ways for recognizing that and for using this time wisely, this time away to consider and to work over and to discover really what it is that you know to be true and what it is that you need from your life and from energies around you. I got the Temperance card here, which is your card. Temperance is the Sagittarius energy of the major secrets of the zodiac. It's in reverse, which kind of has me think of sort of like an imbalance. But in this reading, I don't know, because it's got the Emperor coming up here as well, and I see, it's sort of, to me, expresses that next activation, that next thing that you've had to push through and to move towards has taken a lot of courage, and it's taken a lot of fire. So look at the Emperor. This is like a firm foundation. This is someone who is really self-contained and who is large and in charge, who knows how to get what they need and knows what they need in their life to have a happy one. And so a lot of decisions have had to be made here, and this imbalance of we're going to explore it more with some more cards. Because is this how you feel? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel present? Do you feel ready and aware? Because that's a lot of fire. And so probably maybe now it's almost like I'm telling you to go back in. I don't think so, though. I don't think that's what it is. It's not back in, but it's like, okay, so it's taken a great deal of momentum. You've needed a lot of fuel to shoot you from the Hermitage forward, away from the anxiety, into a space of like self-actualization and self-reliability, self-accountability and reliability. You can rely on yourself and you've got it all set up. But there's this imbalance here. I'm going to pull some more cards and see if we can explore some more of that. So Spirit, why is Temperance in reverse? What does that mean? Oh, we've got the Three of Swords in reverse. Two of Wands. And the Nine of Wands. Yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah, look at all that fuel. Look at all that fuel that you've used. You're exhausted. That's a lot of forward movement. That's a lot of charging ahead in order to get to a space where you feel safe again. You know, you've got it, you organized it, and you set aside the anxiety, and you charged ahead to reestablish yourself as the emperor. But I think, look at this. You sort of also didn't allow yourself to take those swords out of the heart. There's some emotional healing that needs to happen now, Sagittarius, after this propulsion. And that's why Temperance is in reverse, because Temperance is an angel who has the alchemy to mix fire and water, to mix passion and charge and drive with emotional, watery sensitivity. And I think that you've done very well to shake off that shackle, that anxiety, but you've left a couple of swords here in the heart. And so there's 1, 2, 3, and once they come out, that's when the water can start to flow, isn't it? So I wonder if now that you've got yourself all set up and you're independent and you're in control, I wonder if now might be the time for you to let some of these swords out too, and to let some of that water body start to move, some of those emotions start to shift, because there's something here. I mean, you know, the portal was open and you took it, you know, right, activate, I'm going this way, I've written my map, but you've used all your fuel now, so it's sort of like the emperor is sitting here, but they've got nothing more to build a fire with. They've used all their fire. They're kind of getting a bit hot too. They're sort of, oh God, you know, how much more can I make out of nothing? Tell me more about the Emperor. A Page of Swords. This little sucker's come out a lot. And it's sort of, I'm tempted to say there's someone watching you. There's someone with some handle on intellect. That there's a smart person who's waiting to maybe listen to you and to help shift some of this water. But also, like, it's nice that this Page of Swords keeps coming out, because Mercury has gone retrograde in Libra today, as well as this Pisces full moon. And Mercury is the messenger. You know, if the planetary bodies each represent something else. You've been using a lot of your Mars vibe to charge and to be the emperor. And Mercury is, humble like this Page of Swords. And in a retrograde position, from our perspective from planet Earth, looking at Mercury, it looks as though it's moving backwards. So during that time, it's a great time to go over, to reassess, to think things through. Sometimes, there's that classic Mercury retrograde thing of like, catastrophe, things go wrong. That's only because it's really an invitation to go over every bit of information that we take in and to sort of fact check and to edit. So Libra's your 11th house, which is your friendships and your community, your sense of belonging, So in that 11th house, with the messenger taking its time to go backwards, maybe this is a nice time for you to start sharing some of the reasons why you had to be so quick moving and why you've been so driven lately. There's this lingering three of, and I don't like to lament on the sad ones, but I'm a shadow worker. So this is undealt with feelings. There's some heartbreak here that needs to be explored. And you can do that in community. Well, I hope you can. I hope you can find yourself a nice group of friends that are willing to listen to you and to hear about what you've been through and what you've been going through and how you processed that and where you are now and where you want to go next. Because it's interesting to see this reading, Sag, because you start, hermit no more, but still isolated as the Emperor. The Emperor's strong and powerful and in charge, but they sort of sit alone there on that hard throne. And I just have this feeling that it might be a good time for you to bring in some of that emotion, that emotional conversation, that emotional exchange into your experience. Because all you can see here in upside down is those bright red wings, right? So there's a lot of fire there. But we want they've got their feet in the water. They're dipping their toe in. There's room for emotional connection too. And I understand you can't do that when you need to get things organized. But it seems to me that you've got them organized now, so now would be a good time to start sharing. And there's the Chariot. The Chariot is Cancer energy. The Chariot is all about feeling. When you look at the Chariot, it represents that moment of first love, that moment of first experiencing emotional movement in regard to somebody else, that connection, that love feeling. Our emotions are all in and wrapped up and around this card, and the Chariot moves ahead, forward movement again. So this is maybe an encouragement to take out, you got rid of 8 swords, good on you, get rid of 3 more. And let some of that water flow, because there's no It's difficult when the community changes or shifts or moves around, and when there were safe houses and there were tactics or groups of folks that you could move to that you felt safe enough with to share, and something that can also move and change as time goes on. Those configurations of individuals can shift around. So yeah, this is a complex reading, Sag, because I want to be really sort of empathetic and giving and open here, but I definitely sense that there's sort of like I'm all right, no thank you. So in that way, that's your prerogative too. Like that's fine. Maybe in your own way, you might start to unwrap some of this stuff by yourself. Mercury is in your 11th. It is in the house of community and friendships. Maybe some of this is to do with that. So in that way, it might be difficult to approach. It's a difficult approach if it involves other people in that space. Give me some final words for Sag, please, Spirit. Page of Cups. That's an offer. That's an emotional offer. The Ace of Pentacles. That's the seed of something grounded. That's the seed of great potential. There's abundance to be found in this if used the right way. Maybe this moment is going to bring about for you a connection with someone on an emotional level that is maybe a bit fresher. There's great potential here in this relationship, in this friendship, this empathic sort of presence that's crossed your path. Maybe this is a message that you can trust them, and it might, again, in that 11th house way, look different to what you have experienced before in terms of connecting emotionally with friends. This is a new one. So have a think about it. Who in this state of putting the load down, who is around you, among you, in your energy, that is kind of, a new friend, but has professed or shown their empathy to you, their sort of their willingness to listen. Because I would say that you're being encouraged to take that offer, because you've done such a great job. And what a turnaround, Sag. This is a really, really fast moving, quick expulsion of fuel. You've gone from there to there, and what a bloody good job. But now is the time to tend to some of those wounds. That's the Sandor gone, and that's your reading, Sagittarius. Happy Pisces full moon.